Alright, y'all, so we ain't been here in a minute, but here we are. This episode of Queens was giving what it was giving. So let's give it what we got. Now, before we get into this episode, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, subscribing, and that the notifications are on. Make sure you are here on my channel every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for an all-new episode of the Kitty Box Podcast. Now, let's get into Queens. This episode starts off with Naomi and Eric in the bed, honey. Now, I watched the last episode, but it don't matter, but they in the bed, and Eric was like, so is we a thing or is we not? And she was like, no, you know, like we cool, we roommates, that little shucky ducky from here and there, but it's nothing major, it's nothing for you to get your panties in a bunch, okay? We are not together, we are not a thing. And then we also see Valeria and Thomas, her husband, they are in the doctor's office because the song that she recorded last episode with that reggaeton man, baby, that shit went straight to #1. And so now Valeria got her own tour. The first 5 dates have been sold out, and Mama is at the doctor getting a physical, so make sure she is in tip-top shape to travel the world, honey. So she goes back and talks to the doctor, and when she's scrolling, I was off because I was like, she pregnant. She is pregnant. Because the doctor came in and was like, everything checks out, but we need to talk about your ultrasound. Apparently, Valeria is showing early signs of ovarian cancer, so that's not good at all. That's far from the pregnancy announcement that I thought we was about to get, but girl. But all is well. We find out that she does not have ovarian cancer. It's more like a fibroid issue, and I'm not a woman, so I don't know much about fibroids, but whatever they were saying led up to, girl, you better do something about having kids now if that's what you want to do. If you want to have kids, bitch, let's get to it, because you don't have a lot of time. So Thomas and Valeria talk about the situation because Valeria was very adamant when they first got together, I don't want kids. And Thomas was very adamant, I do. So they were both like, it's whatever you want, it's whatever you want, which is great because that's compromise. But let's find a common ground. Like, this woman absolutely does not want kids. You absolutely do. So maybe adoption, you know, like, I don't know, maybe freezing her eggs when she does feel like she's in the mood for kids. Like, I don't know, but I don't want to force her because they eventually later on in the episode decide that they want to try IVF, or maybe, I don't want to say Thomas decides it, but you could see in the dynamic between the two of them that she was less enthusiastic about this than he was. He was shooting her in the ass. He was, I'm gonna fix you, but he was excited, and she was just like. So I think because in order to, and this is another thing, maybe because she's in her 40s, this was recommended, but because she decided to do the IVF procedure, the journey, and start that process, the process is the word I was looking for, she decided to postpone her tour. And I'm like, well, what? Why? Like, girl, you have 5 songs, if that, out of solo stardom. So the tour ain't gonna be that long. The shows ain't gonna be that long. It's not like you're gonna be on tour for 6 months. Like, I can see you touring for 2 months at best. So before you even start showing, you probably gonna be done with the tour. So why? This boy can shoot you on the ass on the road. He's an engineer, so more than likely he gonna travel with you. Like, I didn't understand why postponing the tour was something they had to do. Eric and Robin Givens fish. Child, so this is, okay. So, I guess they were having a little board meeting down to the family home about how they was gonna bring funds in. It was gonna be Valeria with her 5 sold out shows, and Eric was gonna pull some strings so Queens could re-release Heart of Queens, their official debut album that went 4 times platinum, honey, with some additional songs on it. But he needed to tie some loose ends up. And I'm looking like, man. The loose ends was he needed to go talk to the person who had the masters to Heart of Queens because he gave somebody the masters. So he talking to Robin Givens fish. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Who is this woman to you? We find out later in the conversation, this is his ex-wife. And in the settlement, he gave her the rights to the Heart of Queens album in order to secure some house in the Hamptons that eventually still went into foreclosure, so it really didn't matter. But he's smelling all good, wearing her favorite cologne, ordering for her. They, you know, she like flirting and he just like, I want to keep it business or whatever. So she was like, you know, I'm going to stop pulling your leg. You can have the masses or whatever. I'm not going to hold this over you. I got money. I don't need this shit. And then ring-a-ling-a-ling, we get a call down to the phone. Eric looked down, it's JoJo. Robin Givens Fish said, oh, she a little young to be your girlfriend, so you doing that now? He was like, oh no, this is my daughter. And she like, no, what? Carry one. And so she started adding it up. And he was like, yeah, she's 20. So she was like, I don't even have to ask who is with. And he was like, no, you don't. Because she already knew that was some energy and some tension between he and Naomi. So she already put two and two together. She said, you know what? You can kiss my motherfucking ass, okay? You came up in here trying to swindle and swoon me. And you gonna tell me that you got a baby with the one woman I felt was threatening our relationship? No! This was the first time somebody had kicked the chair and the chair went in instead of out. But Robin Givens, you did that. That monologue was everything. You stormed out of that restaurant. And I knew you meant business. Jill, find your thrill. Please. Honestly, y'all, part of the reason why I was kind of like backing away from the reviews and watching this show was because Jill was depressing me. Like, girl, like, I deal with depression, so I understand, like, you don't need a reason, and sometimes your life can be amazing, you can still feel like crap and bottom zero. But, girl, it was just like, girl, I don't need that in my life. I don't need that. This is supposed to be entertainment, and it's triggering, and I don't want it. So, I guess Muffin was just like feeling the same way I was feeling. She was like, girl, like you got so much going on in your life, but you are really just bringing me down. So girl, let's go out to lunch and let's try to cheer you up. Let's get you in the studio. Oh no, I don't want to do no studio. Girl, okay, so fine. We don't have to do no studio time, but you need to get out this house and grab something to eat. And honestly, I think this was just what Jill needed, especially off the heels of hearing that Darren was found guilty on all counts of whatever the fuck he was doing, but they gave him an opportunity to speak, and he was like, Jill, this is all your fault. Okay, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm gonna go off, but you gonna pay for what you did because this is your fault. And you already know how Jill takes stuff. She is very sensitive, okay? You saw when her daddy had slapped the fire from her, she was like, and instead of slapping his ass back. So you could tell that she is kind of timid. And that got on her skin. She got the crying. She, I'm good. Well, if you good, why you crying? Mama was good, little Latin boy in drag. Why are you crying? She was like, you know, she was crying, so she needed this. But what she didn't need was what happened next. So she and Muffin is walking down the sidewalk, doodly-doodly-doo, with their coffees in hand. And Jilla's like, wait a minute, Tina, tall-ass Tina, is in LA and is walking across the street. And Muffin is like, do you want to turn around, girl? She was like, no, we adults. Tina, how you doing? Tina like, bitch, I'm good. So good, so good. So, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing my day. Because, bitch, she got a girlfriend. The girlfriend, oh, they didn't have my size, baby. And she like, what's going on? Oh, this is my girlfriend. What's T? You thought I was just going to be hung up on you and I wasn't going to move on? Bitch, so they calling you Bob? You don't see this Bob, bitch? I'm back and I'm better than ever. This Bob got volume, bitch. It was flat when I was with you and I had the little crinkly, Jerry curls. Now, poof, girl, I'm giving you Edna. So Jill tries to make small talk, and I love how Tina just showed her, girl, what are you doing here? Because if you try to give me an apology, I have yet to hear it. Like Muffin said later on in the episode, you didn't give no apology, girl. No, ma'am. What are you trying to do here? You trying to make me have sympathy for you so you can feel better about your situation? No, ma'am. I'm good. And you're not. Peace. And she walked the hell off. Naomi versus Eric. Now, I wrote in my notes, I see both sides because I do. I really do. Eric, you said you was very vague. You didn't lie to her, but you were vague. And I understand that there is a difference between lying and being dishonest. But they both lead to the same destination of the person who you did it to not trusting you. So if you're going to lead me to the same destination, we might as well categorize it under the same umbrella. You lied to her. You told her you had business and some errands to run. And you were smelling all good because you were trying to seduce your ex-wife into giving you the rights to an album. Now, on the flip side of things, I see Eric's side. Bitch, why can't you let the past be in the past? Like, I can't change that. I'm trying to do things and take necessary steps to progress everybody in this house forward. I found out 6 months ago that I had a baby. Did I turn away and run? No, I'm here trying to thug it out, trying to learn how to be a parent in my 40s. I don't blame you for not telling me. I'm still in love with you. I love my daughter. I love this group. I got shot. Like, what? But, flipping back over to Naomi's side. If all I know is this shiesty, dirty, grimy side of you, you can't expect me to believe that you're this person over here and you're still acting like this slimy, dirty, grimy person. Like, you've cleaned it up, but you still show characteristics of, I can't always trust you because you're dishonest. You do things behind my back. I'm just now getting over the fact that instead of you trying to convince our daughter that education was most important, or to at least keep me included in the conversation, you recorded an entire song and it ended up on SoundCloud. Now, grant you, it worked out in our favor as of yet, but then you turn around and do this. But I'm glad Naomi saw the light. She went to the dance studio and she met up with Robin Givens Fish. And they talked. And Robin told her, she was just like, girl, like, I felt like you've been calling him and you kept in contact. She was like, no, I have not. And Robin was like, well, girl, he wrote you a letter that I read. And if I don't remember nothing else about this letter, I remember the last line. It was always you and it will always be you. And I think it hit, I want to say Brandy so bad. It hit Naomi in that moment like, damn, he really do love me. Like, yeah, he on some shiesty shit, but he really with me. Like, he really like me. So she sat down with Robin, she comforted her, and she got Robin to sign off on the rights. So now they have the full rights to the album. Naomi goes home, makes peace with Eric, lays on his chest, I love you. They get to kiss, and I'm like, girl, finally, you deserve some love. Because, girl, from episode 1 to now, you have made some progress, and, girl, you deserve to be loved. I love that y'all love Bree so much. But bring it on in. Bree ain't thinking about y'all. So go on with y'all life. And let her go on with her. Y'all can keep her included, send her pictures. I'm sure she gonna get her splits and her, what do you call it? Royalties from the sales. But no, ma'am. She not here. She not a part of these decisions no more. I'm sure she could use the extra money because what is she living off of? And speaking of living, Jill got her life and found her thrill. Whew. Muffin convinced her to get back in the studio and she wrote and rapped a record to Tina. And it wasn't I'm gonna say this. I like the record, but I'm spoiled. That record that Jill the Thrill did with Wyclef Jean, rub me in my arms, that is etched in my brain. Like, I just, every time I hear Jill the Thrill, I want to hear that. So, for me, I think I'm looking for every song that she records after to kind of live up to that, and that's not, she doesn't have to do that. You know, that it was a good song. It was a cute song, and Tina seemed to like it. She had a little smirk on her face like, okay, girl, I don't think she's gonna break up with her girlfriend, but it was nice to hear, like, an apology finally, in your most authentic way. The Queen's 20-year celebration. This was great. It was cute. Asian Girl Fish, she gave y'all an introduction and flowers like no other. She laid it out, girl. She said from here to there and everywhere. Like, she gave y'all all y'all things. And then the crowd was chanting, nasty. That was cute. But we told y'all we the queens now. So, you know, but they didn't go on stage like I thought they should. They should have given him time. Girl, Natora, you know how to work as a trio. Get up there and do it to it, girl. Like, what? But they decided, you know, they wanted to have a conversation. Forget everybody chanting our name. We want to talk. And they was like, oh my God, yeah, let's go up there and perform. It's going to be the last time we ever hear this. And Naomi was like, it don't have to be. So the episode ends with them coming together like they did in the first episode. And it's like, y'all ready to do this? The three of us. And that's how the episode ends, y'all. This episode gave what it gave. Next week is the finale. Like, because y'all been filming for a long time. So y'all sure this is the finale? Because the way y'all been filming, y'all should have like a whole 6 more seasons worth of stuff saved up. But next week is the finale, and I'm here for it. This episode gave what it gave, so I gave it what I had. Make sure you are liking, commenting, subscribing, and that the notifications are on. Same place, same time.